Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm official Jamia. I'm here today with just a quick testimonial. I, as a lot of people may know, and as a lot of you might not know, I just purchased my first home. Um, it is a big deal for me to have my own home. My sister and I purchased it together. And here's my story. So, as some of you may know, I lost my husband April of 2019, and I'm now a single mom and widow. And we lived with my grandmother, or at my grandparents' house, but my grandmother was the surviving grandparent, and she passed away actually almost a year ago this coming Saturday. And at that point, when she passed away, we needed to move. My daughter, my son, and my sister and I all lived there, and we needed a plan, and we had to move. Like, there was no other choices because she had a reverse mortgage. If you don't know what a reverse mortgage is, I'm not going to get into details. But basically, if you can't buy the house that the person had the reverse mortgage on, you gotta go. So we had to go. So, speeding forward, that was in January of last year. Speeding forward, I was trying to figure out rental properties. And as I was looking at rental properties and looking at how much it costs to move from Orlando to Palm Bay, where we live now, um, it was expensive. Like, we're talking $1,600 to $1,800 a month just for renting a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. Um, I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to pay for somebody else's dreams. So I reached out to a good friend from high school, Daphne, and she's a realtor. She's the bomb, Daphne Lamb. She's awesome. I'll try to leave her information in the description box. But I had posted something on Facebook about how it's better to own than to rent. And it came at a time where I was looking for answers, and I was just like, okay, Lord, I hear you. I'm going to reach out to her and see what she can do. So now, to say a single mom, a widow, is about to buy a house. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm on disability because after 26 years of doing hair, my body was like, I don't like you, so I'm going to shut down and I'm not going to act right. So that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But long story short, I'm on disability. I am, did I mention that I'm single mother? Child, and these kids cost money, okay? They cost money. Anyways, let me get back on track. So I reached out to Daphne. Daphne put me in touch with some people to help me get this ball rolling. My credit was not really existing so much, so I had to do some things. I had put away some savings, so that was a plus, that I did have some money in savings, thank God. Um, and I had to do some things to get this credit right. Okay, let me tell y'all something. Get your credit right. Keep your credit right, because you never know what your circumstances are going to be. I didn't have like credit card debt or anything like that. I actually had no real debt because everything I had, it was paid for. So I didn't have any revolving credit. So we had to do something called unconventional credit. And that's basically where they were like, oh, so you're paying the light bill and you're paying for your car insurance, you're paying for these things, the normal things that people pay for. We'll use that as a credit history. Thank you, God, for that. So I went forward. We had to jump through, I had to jump through a lot of hoops to get to the point where we were finally approved. I had to get myself a credit card, get that credit going. I had to be added to a credit card with good history. Um, and we got to the point where it was like, okay, you're approved, but it was for very little. And we needed 4 bedrooms because I was sharing a bedroom with my daughter, who I love very much, but she 14. She about to be 15 in a few days. Nobody want no teenager in their room. Anyways, I digress. She's sitting next to me making faces, I'm sure. Anyways, so we needed a 4 bedroom, 2 bath. A couple of houses that we looked at. My mom lived in Palm Bay, so she went and did drive-bys in neighborhoods that she called extra ghetto, and we were not allowed to purchase anything in that neighborhood. And as a matter of fact, a couple of days after she said that, somebody was shot and killed in that very neighborhood. So, needless to say, we needed another plan. So we added my sister to the loan, who had even less credit than I did. She was added to a credit card and her credit shot up. Thank you, God, for that. And we were able to get pre-approved for our loan. So one day my daughter and I rode with Daphne over to Palm Bay from Orlando, and we looked at houses, and we looked at some houses that we had seen online that we thought were like the best thing ever. We were like all excited. The first house we went to was dark and dank, and it was weird, and it was set up strange, and I wanted an open kitchen and all this stuff, and it was so weird. We just got a strange vibe. So we were like, not this one. The next house we looked at was one that we thought we were so in love with online. No. No. It was very small. It was no light fixtures. It had potential for somebody, but just not for us, because we just, it wasn't it. So fast forward, we went to the fourth house, which is the house we immediately felt at home. Like, we just felt like, I felt it in the driveway. My daughter felt it more. Once we got inside, we felt so much peace, and it was the best feeling in the world to walk into a place and actually feel the energy and feel the vibe. Like, this is my house. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is my house. So Daphne kind of looked at us and was like, I kind of think I know your answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. And we were like, yeah, this is it. So we went back to Orlando. She put in the contract. The people accepted the contract, and that got the ball rolling. Now, for those who have bought houses in the past, and I wish y'all had warned me, the crap you got to go through just to get to the closing table, okay? I didn't know that we would need an appraisal, and the appraisal came back $20,000 less than what the people were asking for. So that had to be a whole new negotiation. Now, there was days when I was the positive one, and there was days when Daphne was the positive one. There was days when my kids had to like put water on me just to calm me to freak down, because I was losing my mind. I colored my hair recently, so you can't see the grays, but let me just tell you, the gray hairs was out of control. Anyways, I digress. So we flip-flopped. I had to pray. I had to go through so many changes. My mother and father were like, oh, Jamie, you know, maybe you should just rent so you can stop stressing yourself out. Because I forgot to mention, at this point, we had like a month to get out of my grandmother's house. And we were cutting it super close, okay? And we had our closing date moved like 2 or 3 times. It was a lot of times. I don't remember. I just know that we were going through it. So we had to go through the whole battle of the appraisal price. And my parents was still like, Jamie, just rent. But my faith had to be bigger than their doubt. And there was days when that faith was going back and forth. I'm not even going to lie to you. I was like, Lord, I know you didn't bring us this far just to bring us this far. So in the Bible, it says in Psalms 37:4, it says, delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. So I had to keep in mind that he will give me the desires of my heart. He did not say it was going to be easy. He didn't say it was going to be quick. If it was, I would be having a whole different testimony. But at the end of the day, I was just like, I want this house. This is our house. We are going to fight. I'm telling you, Daphne went to the mat for us so many times. Had a couple of heated conversations with folks on my behalf, and it was awesome. I love her for that. I appreciate her so much. And this to say that a now 47-year-old woman who is a widow, excuse me, y'all. I was going to try to get through this video without crying, but a single mom on disability with a sister who is deaf, who's also on disability, to tell somebody that those two people could buy a house, I wouldn't have believed it myself if I wasn't sitting in my house right now. And all the glory goes to God, because I'm telling you, it is nothing but God that could bring me to a place where I could move into my house with my two kids, with my sister and my dog, in a whole nother city, and be 3.5 miles from my mother's house. You can't tell me that God isn't real. So for all the people who believe that they can't do something, trust and believe. If God will bring you to it, he'll bring you through it. Believe and pray every single day. Get in your word, because it helps. Trust me. There is an app for Our Daily Bread. There used to be the little paper book that your grandparents used to have from the dry cleaners or wherever else they got it from, their church or whatever. But now it's an app, and some of you know I post it every single morning. I give the first 5 minutes of my day to God every day. He gets all the glory in this process. So that was a quick testimonial of what's going on in my life. I just started this YouTube channel. There'll be some vlogging, there'll be some mukbangs, there'll be some comedy, there'll be some taste testing, which is the next video after this. I actually ordered some stuff that I'm going to try on camera with my daughter again. Her channel is Dark and Lovely. Please check her out and follow her as well. Thank you for taking the time to listen to my testimony. It was kind of all over the place, but long story short, God will give you the desires of your heart. And you have to just believe. Get your credit together, save your money, stop eating out, stop going to Starbucks. I don't go to Starbucks anyway, but save your money and buy your house. Get your house. Stop paying people for their dreams and get your own dreams. Start your own traditions. Get your own space so that you can just chill out. I am quarantining in my own house. It's a beautiful statement. I I miss Orlando for a few reasons, but at the end of the day, I am so content here in Palm Bay. It's beautiful. I'm 15 minutes from the beach, which if I don't take my daughter to the beach this week, I swear she's going to disown me and run away from home. But she'll be all right. But keep checking me out on our YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel, Official Jamia, and check out Carrie on her channel, Dark and Lovely. We'll be posting as much as we can between her school schedule and everything else we got going on. Thank you so much for checking out my testimony. I appreciate you guys so much and look forward to sharing more of my life story and my journey with you guys. And in closing, I want to say love on purpose, live purposely. Have a wonderful day.